Hello, in this video I will explain what a for each loop is in Java. So, a for each loop is like a for loop, but it goes over an array or array list, and it has an object. It goes through every index in the array, and then it returns the object each and every time it checks, or each and every time it increments the index. It grabs the object at that index in that array, and it goes through the entire array. So let's see here. If I have an integer array, or say I have a string array. I have an array of strings here. So string array equals new equals let's say I have Bob, and then I have Billy, and then I have Joe, and then I have Jack. So here's my array of strings, and now I am going to have a for loop here. For each loop, you just do for, and then you have the object here. So we have a string, and let's call it name. And we're gonna loop over the array, string array. Okay, and here we are. So what this does is it goes over each and every object in this array, and it returns right here name. It sets name equal to whichever one it is on at the time. So if I print out the variable name, this should print Bob, Billy, Joe, and Jack. So let's see. There we go. It printed out Bob, Billy, Joe, and Jack. This works for arrays and array lists, and it's a very powerful tool. However, this does not allow you to actually change anything here. If I were to set name equals, let's say Herbert. If I set name to Herbert, this is not going to go and set all these to Herbert. In fact, if I have another for each loop here, and I print out name, it's going to have Bob, Billy, Joe, and Jack again. See? So that's because what this actually does is this object is different from these. All this does is it just like basically copies the this object that's going through into here. So this isn't actually going to change anything in the array. If you wanted to do that, what you would do is you would have a normal for loop with let's say like int index equals 0, and then index is less than string array dot length, and then we'd up the index by 1 every time, and then we would set string array index equals Herbert, like this. That's how you would do it, because this actually grabs every single thing at every single object at the index, and each time it grabs the object at the index, it's setting that object that's at that index in the array itself to this new object, or this new string right here. So that's how you would actually change it. And then this, if I go back and do string name in string array again, and I print out name, everything should be Herbert now. See, it's all Herbert. And so, yeah. So this will actually change it. This won't, but this is very nice because it's a lot easier to type out, and you're not at the risk of changing anything in the array. So yeah, this is just a nicer way to type it out. And if you have something that, if you're going to make a for loop, you want to think, well, do I want to change something at an index? Do I want to change anything in the for loop? Or do I just want to grab what's in the for loop and, like, read it? And if you want to change something, go with a regular for loop. If not, you can go for the for each loop. A lot easier to type out, a lot easier to read. It's just overall nicer. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.